Shnerdcast.
Back at it again.
Yep. Episode 48? Yes, it's 48. Yep. Back here at the Colt Cannon pad. Where all the magic and the reactions happen.
Yep.
So, these episodes are going to be a little weird because they're going to come out a little back-to-back because I fucked up last time. We had an experience last time, which we'll get to. But yeah, just in case, though, if this doesn't... if we don't record before then or somehow record around then, this might be the Halloween episode. So happy Halloween to everybody out there.
Yep, happy Halloween.
Times and all
yep, it's going to be a quarantine Halloween, but...
Yeah, you're not allowed... Apparently in California, you're not allowed to go trick-or-treating.
Yeah, for the better.
Yeah.
People were already bad enough about putting things that are inappropriate in kids' candy anyways, so...
Yeah. I guess they go to schools and malls, which I guess people have already been doing, so it's not like anything different's going to change. So.
Hella people were going out to malls and shit.
Yeah, but I guess real quick, if you had to dress up, or if you're going to dress up as anything this year, who would you have?
Hades from Hercules, because of my hair.
Oh, that would have been a good one.
Yeah, because I have my hair. I could have just used like a Kool-Aid or something to make it like a
Kool-Aid?
Or you can get temporary dye.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you can get temporary dye. Yeah, like I would have just made it like the blue, and I could. You've seen my hair in the morning. It's perfect. Shnerdcast back at it again. This was me, dude.
So what were you talking about?
I'd be Hades from Hercules. Yeah, just because my hair, like you've seen me in the morning, it's like perfect. Like I literally, if I just combed it straight up, put gel in it, or temporary dye. And just like put some white paint on my face or chalked up my face, wore a robe, I'd nail it.
You know, I was thinking about doing like wanted to be like Link or something.
Oh shit, that'd be dope. Have you ever done Link?
No, that'd be weird though, because it'd be like a Mexican man with blonde.
That's okay, man.
That's okay.
It's okay, dude. If Trump can be president, anything can happen, dude.
For real, dude, right? Shit, which is around the elections are around the corner and stuff.
I know, I'm terrified for all of our lives.
But what you been up to, man? What you been up to this past week?
I've been working on some a project that I can't bring up just yet, and then some new merch which I'm super stoked about. I finally got the option available to do all over print hoodies.
Which, by the way, I'm loving that hoodie. Dude.
I know, dude. I love the vintage look of this one.
Pick one up.
Yeah, this shit's hella dope. Definitely fire. The back, I love the tongues. There's a. If you do like this one, look at you remember my original the original design to this?
Yeah.
That one, the quality's a tad better on those.
A little better?
Yeah, because these ones are vintage, made to look vintage.
Yeah.
The one with the purple, all the purple, that one's the quality's super crisp and super nice. My homegirl has one, and the quality, we compared these two.
I remember you telling me about that. Or at least about the quality of the other one.
Yeah, it's just way better. But whenever the damn manufacturer approves it, I'll have these all over print hoodies that are lit, hella dope. I found these abstract designs for the entire thing. Sleeve inside of the thing, this one that I designed just to tease it is my logo, and on either side of the hoodie it's the mouth. On either side of the hoodie, and then it has the verbal graffiti. I designed a dress for girls that's it has the tongue on the butt, and then it says verbal graffiti across the chest.
Nice, bro.
Dude, like I said, I hella am excited about the merch, but
Send me the link so I can definitely.
I will. The store, I'll definitely. Yeah, definitely. The store link, I'll definitely get you that. So I'm just waiting on that because I want to do I want to release the new merch, and I was gonna do Halloween merch where I zombified that, the logo of the guy,
sick, yeah.
And fucking. Since the setback, I was I don't think I'm gonna be able to make Halloween because I was gonna do a limited time thing. But other than that, music, reactions, I stay busy.
Yeah, that's good, man.
Learning Punjabi.
Yeah, I know you just did the lessons today and everything. That's sick, dude. Fucking.
What about you, man? You went to Frisco the other day.
Yeah,
that's
dude.
lit.
So.
And it looked beautiful on your snaps. I was like, shit.
Dude, it was nice. We didn't. So we drove up there.
You ate at Pier 39, right?
I
can't remember if you were eating or if you were just chilling.
We went. It wasn't Pier 39. We went to that was at Fisherman's.
My bad.
That was in Monterey because we went to Monterey.
My bad.
So
I apologize.
We went to Frisco, and we pretty much just.
You're right, because in fact it has a fucking tag on the bottom of the snap. I just didn't even think about that until I said
we
it.
Didn't really eat anything fancy in Frisco. We saved that for Monterey, but Frisco was nice. It was beautiful.
Weather looked hella nice, just cold, chill as fuck. There was you got some good sun.
Yeah, we went to the Pier 39.
Yeah,
did the classic thing. Our hotel was literally like 2-3 blocks away from there.
That's dope. And yeah, it was a nice little hotel too.
You
always do the walkthrough. I'm always like, I'll skim through yours. When Dan does his, I'll be like,
I know, right? It's like a 10-minute Snapchat.
Yeah,
on a
dude. He doesn't understand Snapchat just yet.
Yeah, right.
But they're probably one of the funniest snaps with the most potential of being like a great YouTube series, you know?
He's eating butter.
Yo, 100. He ate some butter, bro. He's like, I love butter.
I know, right?
Dan Smish.
We went to the Coit Tower, and we went there at night.
Was it hella nice?
Dude, there was literally nobody there, and that place is always like a
and that's such a hot tourist spot too. Ooh.
So I guess at night, if anybody wants to check it out,
that's dope. I want to. Yeah, I'll have to check it out. You're on scene.
Yeah. It was funny because somebody had a hot box, like because we walked around, walked around, and we came back. There was this dude walked out of his car, and literally when he walked out of his car, it looked like he fucking started a little fucking fire in there or something. He literally opened his. Smoke was going out for like a good minute.
He's like, "Welcome to San Francisco, man," and he walked away.
Well, there's hot
to boxes, a drum circle.
Like people on hot box. I mean, people really think it's that hippie, and it can be.
But I'm kidding. There's also there's a lot of hood mentality to Frisco too, and a lot of the people were actually really amazing people there.
We also took to Monterey. We went on Highway 1.
I don't know if I've been on that.
That's the like coastal highway.
Oh really? Oh nice. Was it hell? I don't know.
Dude.
I don't know. I don't want to say yes because I can't like recall.
So it's like if you
like you have the ocean to your side.
Yeah.
I don't think I have been.
Oh dude.
Beautiful, I imagine.
I would recommend anybody to.
Is that the long? Oh, you know why I think I've heard of it? I've never been on it because there's a lot of documentaries about people who ride that ride on the motorcycle also on motorcycles. Yeah.
There's a video I think like a year ago that came out with somebody driving off it on accident.
Really?
I think they died. Yeah.
Dude.
It's crazy.
It's scary.
Monterey, but that place is beautiful. Monterey was fucking amazing. I don't know. You've been to Monterey?
I've been to Monterey for sure, 100%.
Yeah, dude. We went.
Me and my brother went to the aquarium. Me and my brother and his friend went to the aquarium, but I haven't been in like 15 years.
The aquarium though is closed down because of all that stuff, but it's fucking that town is beautiful, dude.
Yeah, it's older. It has like an older school like feel to it too.
You ever been on 17 Mile Drive? Like if you take that way, it takes you through like Pebble Beach and all that stuff.
Oh, maybe, yeah. My brother was the one driving, him and his friend, and we went to like a arcade. We went to like something nearby there, but it was so long ago. I have a hard time recalling. I just know we went up there, and we're on the way to the freeway, and my brother isn't driving. His friend, no, he is driving. His friend Brian's in the passenger, and he had this old school like Chevy truck with like it didn't have a bed. It had a bed, but it had a top on the bed, you know?
Yeah.
And and oh shit, no, that's a lie. It was Brian's truck, so it was still a pickup truck.
Gotcha.
Anyways, they're bumping fucking music hella loud. They come from the generation where like the speakers have to be huge in the car. Like that's my brother's 8 years older than both of us, right?
Yeah.
So they're bumping like ICP and like Tech 9 and like my brother wants to listen to something and they're using a remote and which is ridiculous because the faceplate is like right there.
Yeah.
Like that's like you having a touchscreen and being like boop.
Yeah.
But I get it because I would have one too.
It's just like the little like you have the station changes you can change on, or like the fast forward on the steering wheel.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it makes sense though. It makes sense.
Just a little bit more convenient instead of just picking up
a remote. Yeah, and I remember they were going, no, play this, and they skipped it, and my brother grabs it, and he's like, no, dude, and he hits it, and he's like, I want to hear this song,
That's
like, I'm craving this song, and fucking, they literally start, like, slapping each other on the freeway, and, like, wrestling. All of a sudden, my brother goes to, like, take the remote, and his friend reaches across him, and my brother goes, no, dude, and it goes out the window.
Oh, bro,
and he's like, pissed. he looks at, because I don't think we were in his car. I think we were in the passenger's car. And my brother looked at him and he goes, whoops. And he kept driving. I was like, dude, I was dying, dude, in the back of this. So that, like, I know I've been there to Monterey, but I can't remember all the spots we went. I remember at the end of it, I was pissed about something, but I don't remember what.
Yeah.
You're like, that's Monterey. Yep. I'm just
No,
kidding.
no, Monterey is actually a
No, it's
beautiful
awesome.
town.
It's awesome.
There's literally not much to do. You have to like really like make a day of doing everything.
Exploring.
You could do like everything there in a day, honestly.
Yeah,
but,
that makes sense because when we went there, it was only for a few hours, and we literally, I felt like we did hella shit.
So I know I've brought this up a few times on the podcast before, but Frisco, you ever been to like the outer skirts of Frisco?
Yeah. Me and my brother went all the way around. We went all the way around Frisco, then we walked.
Like near I'm just saying, like near the zoo. And shit.
Oh yeah, hell yeah! We went to the zoo a couple times.
I've never been to the zoo. I'm just saying because when we went to one, we drove. We went.
You're talking about the what's the name of it? It's not like the San Francisco. Oh,
it's literally like still San Francisco, but it's like the outskirts. It's not downtown.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. I just can't remember the name of that zoo. But anyways, yeah.
But I was just wondering because I feel like that's a part of Frisco nobody sees. Because everyone who goes to Frisco, they want to see the wharf, they want to see the financial district, they want to see the trolleys, they want to see the big.
Dude,
hills.
the financial district is like the most boring part of Frisco. Next to
just the big mall.
Now this isn't the correct term, but like the old Chinese district where only like all the old Chinese people live, and it's like it used to all be red. I don't know what it's like now after all the years of the sea salt degrading it, because I remember living there.
I'm sure they try to. We never drive by Japan or Chinatown or anything, but I'm sure they maintain it and do all that.
They got to do it better than they did, because when I lived there, I remember sitting on the fire escape and being like, "Oh, this is not safe." And then me and Crow started going up to the balcony using the ladder instead of the stairs, and that thing would be like, doon doon, like bang, hanging on by one screw.
That sounds like Frisco, like everything.
Everything. Frisco's dangerous. Yeah, the bridge, the other bridge, the bay, the gold.
People are fucking crazy in Frisco, dude.
But I don't know how true this is. My brother had told me this once. By the time they finish painting the bridge, don't they usually have to almost restart painting it again because of the degradation?
I honestly couldn't tell you, but I would totally believe it because
all the sea salt, and the sea breeze. I mean the ocean breeze.
I mean, almost every time I drive by, there's at least some sort of construction going on. So maybe there's.
It's good though that when they doing construction though, because remember during our time, we've literally seen in our time cable snapping have been like a kind of a regular thing.
The video, the old school Golden Gate, fucking swinging like a
dude.
At the fucking swing set.
Can you imagine during the last great like quake that Cali had in like the 80s or 90s or whenever it was, how Frisco must have been? That whole city's going down.
If you go to the if there's an earthquake,
when San Andreas goes off,
there's two places that's potentially going to get fucked over when an earthquake happens in California is LA and San
Frisco.
Francisco.
Yeah, those are exactly what I was about to say. Dude, they're going to be fucked.
Yeah.
If not the entire California state. Because that's still a possibility. Because the San Andreas fault would literally, if it was like as bad as...
Got pushed under.
Dude, it would be like, boom, and we would everything would go under. We'd be like, like, I don't even think we could live. Like, most people would be like, well, just run and then like jump in the water. But the thing about, something that I learned about watching old World War II documentaries is apparently when a large thing sinks, there's a suction on top. So a landmass, you would just get pulled under. There's no way you could escape that draw of a land.
This added to my fear of the ocean was if you got on a plane crash and you somehow survived and you got up, if you're next to the plane sinking, the pressure and the force of it sinking itself would pull you down with it.
Yes. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah.
So that terrifying. I can totally see that happening.
Dude, yeah, like with Cali, with boats, with ships, a car, I don't know how, cuz with a car, I don't know if I've seen videos where people have been able to swim after a car sinks, but I've never seen like a violent sinking big car. A rapidly sinking big car.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's would make a difference.
Another thing too is like everybody in movies is like, why wouldn't you just open the door? But apparently when you're like
the water,
the pressure.
Yeah. The pressure. Yeah, that makes sense.
Like holding it closed.
Yeah.
So it's like you're literally trying to push up against like a fucking.
That makes sense because that's what I've heard why it's so hard to break windows underwater. Oops. why it's so hard to break windows underwater is
well, not only that,
because all that water pressure's on that surface.
And then the resistance of you.
Yeah, and if you're driving a fucking Tesla, apparently they'll eventually be shatterproof.
Oh, you're fucked.
You're
well,
fucked.
If it's shatterproof,
then you're just going to sit down
I
there
know, right?
and you're going to be like, Alexa?
Oxygen tank. Fucking ping.
I got to be careful with that word because I forgot she's actually listening.
Oh, shit. It's Alexa right here.
That mask is dope. It has LED lights in it. Like it lights up.
Gearing up for the purge or some shit. When the power goes out again,
No,
you gotta run around.
Not if I'm on shrooms, maybe.
Oh man, then it really would happen. You would be so. This is not real. This is allowed
so
to happen.
Fun. GTA. No,
The government approved this. The purge. Have you been watching any movies or shows or anything? Like anything new?
Other than Dragon Ball, I want to start that show Monster Land or whatever. Yeah, it's in my queue on Hulu, and I'm like, I really want to watch it.
It's one of the things you just gotta really sit there and watch.
Yeah, and then there was something else called like Hellstrom. It's a TV show, dude, and I think it was called Hellstrom, dude. The
on Hulu.
Yeah, the synapses for it or whatever, the summary of it sounded good as fuck. It's about two siblings who are siblings of like this the way they describe it in Hulu is quote unquote a very powerful serial killer. And they're like using their each individual genius features, like their own unique genius features. They go out and catch like the baddies of baddies. Dude, movie wise, I've been disappointed like back to back with the things that at least I'm picking, which is maybe my own fault. I tried to watch like this release that DC Comics did for Batman, and it was called A Death in a Family, and the whole thing was just a recap of the Red Hood movie. Yeah. And on top of it, I didn't realize that it was supposed to be a interactive movie.
Oh,
yeah,
really?
And so I started watching it. It's just all this clips, like all the cutscenes, and I was like, oh. At the end of it, I realized I was like, I just watched a whole movie that's just the old movie.
Yeah. Fuck, dude.
Like literally, they paid for like 45 seconds of animation of Bruce sitting with Superman, and then probably like 30 minutes of somebody over miking, like doing audio, just to narrate. It was so ridiculous. But what about you? Anything good that I should watch?
It's been out for a while, so you could probably but HBO Max or HBO in general has this thing called Barry, and it has this dude named it has Bill Hader in it, and he's pretty much an actor, he's an
actor playing an actor.
No, my bad. So, well, kind of. He's a hitman that stumbles upon acting, and he wants to become an actor. And
that sounds interesting.
It's kind of like a super.
What's it called?
Barry. It's literally. I think
an HBO Max. I can.
Now that I think about it, it's probably like a.
I'm good.
Kind of like a.
Yeah, keep hitting it if you want. I don't give a shit.
It's kind of like a. It's kind of like a. I think it's kind of like a spoof of Dexter.
Yeah.
Because he's not to that extreme.
Yeah.
But he's kind of like he kills people.
Hey, have you seen all of Dexter?
I love Dexter.
So you know Dexter's coming back.
Yes, thank you for bringing that up because
that's what I wanted to segue into when you brought it up.
God.
So can I bring up something that I just learned real quick and then tell me?
Yeah.
So what I know about the show from what I read about something that
you
was.
Seen it?
No, I've seen all the show. I've seen all of it.
I've
watched like all of them like repeatedly.
Yeah.
From what I've read about the whatever that's coming out the next season is this is like a second try.
It's a reboot, right?
No. It's not a reboot. It's a second try at a season finale. So what they're trying to do is they're gonna not rewrite anything. They're gonna keep everything as is. But Michael C. Hall, who played Dexter, and the writer or director, somebody, don't quote me, one of those guys. But Michael C. Hall and this other guy who had a big part of making the show have been very vocal about how bad the last season was. Yeah. And if you've watched it, you have, so we're not ruining anything, but spoiler alert, season 8 is garbage. It's fucking... at least the last episode, the way they end it, you're like, fuck me, that was not the what, like...
So I actually have a polar opposite opinion.
Oh, okay, wait. So, I shouldn't even have said my opinion, but regardless, because I love the show.
Yeah.
So it's not a spin-off. It's one season. It's a limited series. It's them trying to fix the ender of what season 8 fucked up. And and I read that I can't remember if it was the original writer or director, and I mean the writer of the series, not the books, but who said they were disappointed. And they did this interview a few days ago, or like some quote, and they had said that they were like, it's not a reboot. It's a limited series for the fucking us to fix what we fucked up, or what the studio made us fuck up.
Honestly, I think the ending, I guess, was more realistic, that he got away.
Yeah. And I just was confused, like, about the ender when I watched it, is if he had amnesia, if he even remembered who he was, because he disappeared during a hurricane, right?
Yeah.
So it's like
that's honestly what I got from what I got from it was.
Yeah, because he was like a lumberjack man.
He faked his own death. He pretty much pulled the Breaking Bad, like, the final card, like, nobody, you can't leave this house, or like, you're forever stuck in this, like, little town doing this job or whatever.
Yeah.
And he's stuck. Like, that's his life. He's forever doing. And I could totally see why that pissed people off, because that's.
I think it leaves a lot of things open, and or a lot of room for assumptions. Yeah. You know what I mean? So, like, you could say that and say somebody else who liked it. Like, say if I liked it, I could have liked it for a reason, like, oh, but my assumption was that he didn't know who he was, and he forgot all that stuff. So when I first watched it, the assumption I made was exactly that, and it put a bad taste in my mouth about that.
It did, I mean, obviously, because if the majority of the fans.
That's what a lot of people said, but the majority's not always right, people. Sometimes you gotta.
I just want to, like, because I don't think it's really worth them bringing it back, and I am very curious to see what they're gonna do with, like, the ender and how they're gonna end it, but. It's been like almost 10 years, or like maybe a little less, like,
so give or take, whatever.
So to me, it's just like maybe not 10 years, but
it's like 8 years, or it's like 6 years.
Yeah, it's 7 years. But I'm just like, do we really, like? Is this needed?
Yeah.
Do we really need the fixer upper? Because
no, but were you a fan of Dexter? Like a fan, like so how exciting is it just to get, like, kind of like, if we put our if we put our opinion, like, off to the side, or what would we prefer, for a second there, it's kind of like, oh shit, at least we're getting
more, like,
more of our favorite character.
I'd honestly have to rewatch it, because the last time I watched it was probably like maybe almost 2 years ago. But it was, I remember I enjoyed the end, like, from what I got from the ending, and this is, like, for me binge watching it, like, I'm sure a majority of people have, but just it kind of fit, because it wasn't, he died, he didn't go to jail, but it also wasn't like he got away with, like, he did get away with it, but
I could definitely agree with that.
What he was, and
that's interesting.
It did just leave it off on like what, like, that's how you're gonna end it, because
remember, the camera just pans up to him and he's just, like, standing or sitting there, and it's like. And it ends, and it's like, that's it. It's like almost as bad as how I think he does
say something like, "Is this who I am? Am I really Dexter?" Or like some shit. I think I remember, but
it's worse than The Sopranos,
because they just, like, stopped mid sentence or something.
Yeah, no, they were. Yeah, dude, I remember I watched it because I remember Family Guy always making fun of it, and I remember seeing that episode one day when I was in the middle of binge watching all of it. Which the series is great if you've never seen that series. It's fucking amazing, but you have to watch more than one episode to actually get into it. At least I did. Yeah. And then I won't say anything, but they're basically all at a diner together eating, and, like, the camera pans out like this as they're all talking, and this is the first time they've all been, like, able to sit basically in a room together in a long time.
Yeah.
The actual family, the camera pans out and they're talking, and in mid-sentence, they're not saying anything important. They're just talking. And, like, and the last sentence is something so trivial that you're like, that's not so bad. The Beatles ended a song on the wrong, like, measure. When you're used to going 1 1 1 2 2 2, they ended it on an awkward measure for the song "She's So Heavy." And then nobody ever does that. You ever notice songs always end even?
Mm-hmm.
Like it doesn't ever feel. They purposely ended that song incomplete because when you're with a woman, I think it's like you don't always feel like you get enough or something. So I can't remember. I think that's what it was. I could have that wrong. But they did it on a thing. But yeah, so you excited about it? Or you not looking forward to it?
I'm looking a little forward to it, but I'm not like too excited about it. Like, not.
Yeah, you're not hyped.
No,
yeah. No. Are you excited that they're trying to reboot the Resident Evil franchise?
Are they? Oh my!
Without Mila Jovovich, I think.
Well, I mean, she was the fucking face of that franchise for like
dude, enough time.
Years.
Enough time. Yeah.
So, and they went way overboard with that story. So it'll be hard for them to really reboot that series, especially how bad. I mean, I guess you can't do any worse.
Yeah, they want to stick more to the. Maybe. I think what I read. I don't remember where I read this. Was they wanted to stick more to like the game stories. Like the method. I'm gonna fuck this up. They want to go the same route the games did, but not. They still want it to be original. Mm-hmm. You know, they just want to make sure that they're taking the right aspects.
You see, it's hard to write a good story while being faithful to the original content.
Because if you just stay faithful the whole time, then the watcher knows everything that's gonna happen.
Because in the video games, it's literally like. Go over here, grab this card. Go over here, find this key. Go over here, I think, solve this puzzle.
Yeah.
Go over here.
Like, I think they just meant like the specific types of zombies, how zombies might have like translated on screen, and then the monsters. Like when they eventually got to like the parasites or whatever, or the creatures.
Yeah, that's see in the games that works, but in the movies because I've watched up to like 5 and they made like 7 or some shit.
I recently this year I watched all of them back to back, and
the last
I was
one
like,
I saw,
dude, I watched all of them. I was like, the last 3.
Chris, and he's like,
hey,
what's up? He's like, talks like Batman. I'm like, what is going on here?
Did you like what's his name? Wesker? Yeah. Did you like him? That actor who played him. Did you think he was anywhere near what? Did he serve that character any justice? Is what I'm asking. Because you're an actual fan of the series.
For what they gave that actor, because he probably had such little, like, because they try to do everything point on point from the fight in Resident Evil 5 in one of the Resident Evil movies, which I think ironically was 5, like trying to really be based on that, and it was just so bad. But I guess they try to be faithful. But
you're talking about the movie, right?
Yeah,
dude,
the movie character, like he
last 3
he did
they
good
made.
For what they gave him, like, for what he had to work with and what.
His look because I remember I've watched you play it, and the way they really, it looked like they really tried. But dude, once his character like actually not when he's first teased at, but when he gets introduced in the series, it's like, this is horrible. Like, dude, like by that time they had done like went over superpowers and fucking.
You see, if. There's just so much that they went over, because in the games it kind of makes sense, because there's a super virus, and Wesker wants that super virus to, like, throughout the 4 games, all 4 games, there's a virus that gets created that's supposed to create like superhumans pretty much, and it ends up being like it's able to resurrect people.
Yeah,
but.
See, that already makes more sense.
It was a mistake because it was an infection.
Yeah.
And it just got out of the mansion, and it went into the city, and then from there, it got mutated into a parasite.
Yeah.
And then from there, it was able to mutate.
See, that makes so much more sense than the movie.
Mutate, and then if you inject at that point, because the whole time they're trying to make a superhuman.
Yeah.
And there's things called like tyrants that. Wait, worked with.
So what happens at that point? When you
get
Wesker
powers, so pretty much you're
dude. How did they fucking drop the ball so hard on that movie when that dude is injecting like when it's reached the parasite form, and the Umbrella this is the movie, the Umbrella Corporation has now done that formula, but from when it's already reached the parasite phase, because this is an apocalypse, right? the Resident Evil Apocalypse, and he fucking injects it in there, and his arm goes all crazy. They never ever explain what you just did in 30 seconds
also,
in 7-8 movies or whatever.
Whole
7
setting
movies
doesn't make sense either because there's never the apocalypse in Resident Evil games. So.
See, and yeah, the whole and you remember that movie, right?
Yeah,
you've seen that one at least. Where
I remember the first two. The first one was really faithful. It's probably the best.
Dude, I love number one. Number one's the shit.
The second one is
Loosey Goosey.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Just because that's when they started like introducing the powers and her beating up zombies.
Yeah, and that's when you finally see Project Nemesis. Yeah.
And the third one was just when it just kind of went AWOL and just like
that's
it kind of
Apocalypse. That's Apocalypse, right?
I think so.
Yeah,
and then they introduced Claire.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, is it Yeah, I think it's Apocalypse. I just watched him like 6 months ago.
Well, it's funny too because we're talking about video games getting turned into movies and stuff. Your boy Tom Hollands is about to play Drake. In Uncharted.
From Uncharted. Yeah.
How do you feel about that, dude?
From what I've heard, he seems pretty into that role, and I have a hard time hating on British or UK actors because they're amazing at hiding the fact that they're just their voices.
Yeah.
They're so good with their voice acting. It's amazing.
First person I ever seen that was that good was Rick from Walking Dead.
Oh yeah,
because he does an alright Southern accent.
That's like Tom Hardy.
If you listen to the earlier episodes, when he says thank you, because he tries to say thank you, like thank you, and like thank you, like in a Southern accent.
Yeah.
So he goes thank you, but it's like so. Looking back, I'm like that makes sense because that's probably like one of those first times like really doing
that.
Like an American Southern accent.
Yeah, that's dope. Yeah, Tom Hardy's like that too. He's British UK. Yeah,
I didn't even know he's fucking British.
He's not American. Yeah, and you'd hear him talk, and you're like, what? And then you watch things like him in Bane, and then like him in the movie The Warrior. I don't know if you've seen that. If you've not watched, that's a good movie. You should.
What about the one with Shia LaBeouf and their?
Dude, you're talking about the bootlegging movie for Moonshine. What was that called? Like Outlaw? No. God, yeah, that's a great movie. Dude, at the end of that movie, spoiler alert, everybody, real quick. You've seen it, right, Ben?
Yeah.
At the end of that movie, when he falls in the water and the movie ends, that's like one of the most hyped things because he's almost died like hella times. He's had his throat cut.
But that's how it really happened. That's what's crazy.
Yeah, dude, the Prohibition days, bro, were crazy.
He got really fucking fucked up and
nuts, dude. Yeah, his girlfriend gets raped.
And it's not like back then where, oh yeah, dude.
That was horrible. That's my least favorite scene in that movie. But the rest of the movie, they do get that full back, though.
I think
they kill his ass. and Tom Hardy's...
They don't show you.
No, but yeah, that movie does Lawless, there it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking Outlaw. That's what I was thinking.
Because they had the fucking, that one dude, the guy from Chicago, and he's like, I fucking hate these fucking redneck motherfuckers.
Dude, when I first watched that movie, I was instantly hooked when I found out it was a bootlegging alcohol movie.
Dude, I remember watching that in theaters with my ex-girlfriend. And
that's
lit.
It
was so good. We fucking loved it. I just remember we were both making fun of Tom Hardy because the whole, like, half the movie is him just going,
yeah.
There's one part where she was like, "Do you like what like?" She shows him her breast, or she shows him her
breast.
And he's just like, she's like, "You like what you see?" And he's like, "Oh yeah."
I know, dude. Yeah, but I think he probably nailed whoever he was acting like.
Probably, right?
Back then. Those guys just drink moonshine for breakfast.
I know. They're like, nah, you know, there's something going back there about the boys.
Yeah, I know. Oh my god, dude. Yeah,
like,
dude.
He's like,
or Boomhauer.
Yeah. What's funny too, when you're a kid, you're like, what the fuck did you just say? But when you watch it now, you're like, oh, okay.
Okay, yeah,
that's what he said.
Yeah, I've been around enough tweakers.
But Boomhauer isn't a tweaker.
No, he's not. He's all like the most normal character in reality.
But they never really say what he does for a job. So
no, wait.
I think the closest thing they say is he might be like a detective or like a
Or like, oh yeah, you're
like
right. I think you're right.
Like special agent or something.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, that's true.
They never really disclose.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Mike Judge, if you ever watch this, tell us what the fuck Boomhauer does for a living.
Yeah, dude, hell yeah. Don't make us Google search.
Right. We were talking about Barry earlier from that show. HBO Max, though, I think if anybody's looking for a streaming site, is definitely the one to go with. Because, it has a bunch of originals. It has documentaries. It has stand-up. It has a bunch of shit.
And on top of it, it's getting the Zack Snyder's Justice League remake.
Yes.
And I will definitely be getting it as soon as that movie comes around. And which is going to be 4 parts, by the way.
Yes, it is. So HBO Max, I think if you're going to invest, if you're thinking about getting Hulu or Netflix or any of that stuff, Disney Plus, HBO Max, because not only that, you get all their new shit, but you get all the shit they've had on there forever. I literally I forgot that I had it on my phone.
Yeah.
Not HBO Max, but the Xfinity app.
Yeah.
Like the cable app, and I have HBO. And I went to go meet my girlfriend looking through the movies, and it literally said 12,000 movies.
Yeah, dude, I know. When I had my brother's, well, I had a friend of my brother's, somebody that he knows, account info that they let us all use, right? Anyways, and they had HBO Max, and I'll never forget the first time it was on my smart. Remember, I had the smart TV. You remember that? It was the bigger one.
Yeah.
Bigger than this. But nah, dude, it fucking. I had HBO Max on it, and I scrolled through that fucking movie list the first time, and I had a notepad and just was like, just writing hella shit down, because I was like, okay. There's like you said, there's like 4 dozen movies I want to watch.
I think they're one of the first networks that actually came up with their own originals too.
And their originals are pretty original. Like
they have Curb,
Watchmen.
Oh, they have Watchmen. Dude, there's so much. They have the new
Watchmen's
Lovecraft.
I think, or is that Amazon?
Watchmen is
HBO.
So
HBO.
they have a thing. They have a little deal where you could watch some HBO shows on Amazon.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that makes sense.
They have the Lovecraft, the Lovecraft series.
Yeah, I've seen that. I haven't seen it, but I've read it.
Literally one of my favorite shows of all time, Eastbound and Down.
Yes, dude, Danny McBride, bro, dude, that shit. Oh my God, Keith showed me that show, bro.
Dude,
and it was
I showed Keith that.
Did
show.
you?
Yes.
That was a vicious chain. That really.
This is how I found out about it too, because I watched an episode and I was like, it just happened. I was watching a HBO movie the night before, and the next day I turned it on. I was like, "There's a show going on." I was like, "What the hell?" And I caught the end of it, and it was Danny McBride. And I was like, "Oh, I like this dude. I think he's hella funny." And
he is hella funny.
The episode ended, and the next episode started, and it was literally Dewey, his friend, the fucking retarded guy, and he was like fucking the prostitute.
Yeah.
And she was like, "You want to do this or some shit?" He was like fucking her, and he's like, "Oh fuck yeah, I can do this all night." And she was like, "But you only pay for an hour." He was like, "No, I know, but and it literally was like Eastbound and Down, and that's when the episode started. And I was like, I have to watch it. And then I looked, and I was like, I found it on HBO on demand, and I was like, I'm watching this show. And it's literally.
Dude, that show's amazing. It's fucking funny, dude. The character he plays in that show, for anybody that hasn't seen it, is an old baseball player who's having a hard time getting his shit together, basically.
Much.
And he is, to the worst extent possible, arrogant, like none
other. This is no spoilers, because this is like
this show's like 10 years older.
Well, also, if you just watch it too, they tell you this within the first 30 minutes, or like the
you find all the shit out. Yeah, that show was amazing.
But
dude.
I like the way they started too, because he's like he's doing all that stuff to be the substitute teacher and stuff, and some guy's like, "Oh yeah, it's Kenny Powers. He looks like fucking shit, like
that's
talking
his
shit."
Name. That's his
and he's
name.
like walking out. And he's like, "Hey, Kenny." He's like, "Yeah, I'm fucking talking to you, fucking." He was like, "Come back here, you fucked my sister, blah blah blah." And then he grabbed him. When he turned around, he just fucking punched him. And then it was like Eastbound and Down.
Yeah, I love that intro. I love their intros, bro. Yeah, that's just dope.
I'm going down.
Did you ever watch Your Highness?
Yeah,
dude, that movie was like
where he puts the fucking the thing's dick around his neck.
Dude, yeah. Bro, one of my favorite scenes in that movie is when him and James Franco go to see The Wizard.
Yes.
Dude, and he's like, he's like,
I don't remember that part, but I just remember being like so like,
dude,
James Franco definitely got fucking.
Dude, he got fucked. Dude, he was like, and when we were little kids, or when I was a little kid, I would come play with the wizard, and he would like let me jump on the bed, and he goes, and Danny McBride, Danny McBride's like, well, that sounds okay, and he's like, well, then we would get naked, and it was so fun, and Danny McBride was like, what the fuck?
He's like, what is the fuck?
Oh yeah, what the fuck is? And then what does he say when he's like, oh yeah, and then he's like, do you want to smoke the wizard's pipe? And James Franco hits it, and Danny McBride's like, what the hell's going on here? Like, and James Franco's like, the spirits that got me cheap. Like, and he's like looking at the fucking wizard, and he's like, what the fuck, dude? So horrible, bro. But like that, and that movie super failed. Like super failed, super hard, like budget wise.
Yeah.
To results like.
I think for a little bit there, Seth Rogen.
They all used to make fun of it. They made fun of it, and This Is the End.
Yeah,
they did. They were like,
movie,
yeah, that.
You know,
that's
when I first saw
one.
it, I fucking hated it, and I think that was like the peak of. Because I was gonna say James Franco, Seth Rogen, all those people like in that group. You know what I mean? They all kind of made movies with each other, but I felt like they all kind of peaked at This Is the End. Yeah. Like, together-wise, like, that was, like...
The highlight,
I guess, This Is the End was, I guess, funny enough, I guess, their end of all their stuff, but when I first watched it, I fucking hated it, just because everybody's like, oh, it's so funny, guys.
Yeah.
But
you gotta hear
you
gotta hear the interviews about that, where they did it, so... One quick one. They did an interview about that, and they were like, so some of that shit that you guys did in it was like would not be okay in 2020. Like, right, like the rape jokes with Emma Watson.
It was like literally right before the cutoff point.
Yeah, and like I know, right? Anyways, they just because I know you have to go pee. They did an interview, and they said that. Only like out of all those famous people in that movie, which there are a fuck ton in that movie, and they're not just nobodies, they're like all A-listers, celebrities, superstars, musicians from Rihanna to a superstar down to an actress like Emma Watson, right? Like and crazy.
One chick from the off, like a
lot of them, right? And they were like, only like 2 or 3 people didn't say no to any of our requests. But everybody else, when we would bring up ideas, they'd go, fuck no. And it happened to at least 1 or 2 ideas with everybody else. And they were like only 2 or 3. And it was Seth Rogen, James Franco, and I don't remember the last one. Who's the other amigo? Danny McBride would have been, but I don't think that was him. I think
dude? I forget his name.
Craig Robinson is, but he's one of their friends. They were talking about like superstars. I think it was what's that dude who was getting his butt hole licked?
Oh, you talking about?
And his dick sucked. Michael
Cera or something.
Michael Cera. Yeah, he was the only guy.
So this is one game I want to bring up. It's called Tell Me Why. Have you heard about it?
No, but it sounds familiar. Is it on Xbox? Yeah, it sounds familiar. Oh, that's where I've seen it. You took a picture.
Oh yeah,
and I liked it, and it looked interesting. It's like a story-based game.
Yeah, so one of the main characters, so it's pretty much based on twin sisters, and one of them is a transgender.
It even made his voice nervous.
And but this game is actually a fucking legit game. If you like Telltale games, if you liked
definitely.
What's the one you played?
You're talking about the Life is Strange beast ass game.
If you played any of those games,
seasons,
you definitely like this one. It's a little more out there. There's like,
is it weird?
It's a little weird. It's a little off-putting just because I'm almost 30.
I know between that game and Pornhub, that's what I see your Xbox mostly on. I'm just
I have that app on my Xbox.
Can you imagine it just said Pornhub next to your name?
I'm sure there'd be a lot of people doing that because they probably have a lot better quality on their Xbox than they do.
Yeah, hell yeah.
But that game is pretty fun. It's a good story. I really enjoyed it. But I mean, it might make some people uncomfortable just because it's transgender.
I don't give a shit about that.
Some gay stuff.
It's all.
I guess.
Look, dude, they're people too. Right,
I'm just saying, like,
I don't care.
It's like seeing some people get fucking.
I know they get fucking butthurt about they get discouraged.
Well, I'm just gonna say some people get uncomfortable when they see other people making out in the fucking public. So it's just like there's gonna be people who are super anal out there.
Yeah, dude. So if you're like going to like become a priest, you might have a problem with this game.
you better make sure.
If you're at the Vatican, don't be playing this game with those boys. I'm just
have a lawyer with you at all times.
Yeah, dude. I can't wait for me to just always make music nowadays because I just love the idea of people getting upset about things that I say. So the chance to do a podcast, I'm like, yeah, poke the bear.
It's fun. I honestly think it's awesome when people do that stuff though, when they kind of like put stuff out there that's gonna make because I could be wrong, and I'm sure there's a bunch of games out there, but it could be one of the first games that actually has a transgender as a protagonist.
Maybe, yeah.
So I don't know. I really enjoyed it. It has. I didn't go too into it because it does have like a bunch of backstories and stuff you could read. Like
that's how Life is Strange. Life is Strange was.
Yeah, so it has like a bunch of like if you could play through it and not know the whole story, but if you like, there's some people who like 100% it, and 100% in it is like nothing more than just like doing that extra reading this this
article on the paper
like
on the ground,
doing this instead of that, or like just replaying it. So those games are like
no, dude, they're not. They're not.
They're literally just like you play it 2 or 3 times over and you 100% it. If that, probably just 2 times over.
It sounds fun though. I've seen your screenshots of it, and then you were.
It's based in Alaska too.
I know that. Okay, that's what it is. It's on Game Pass.
Yeah.
Okay, I see. Yeah, I seen that shit.
Speaking of transgender.
Hey, but Game Pass is about to hook up with the EA, and that shit's gonna be. I'm definitely downloading like a bunch of games. Like it's all the sports game. Like not all of them, but some of them. I do love playing career in 2K.
That's all I play on that stuff, dude.
Yeah, career.
Yeah, I hate.
You don't ever go seasonal or anything? I mean, the seasons or whatever with the. I don't remember the game modes. I haven't played in like a few years.
There's like manager mode. And
that's the other one. Yeah.
And, like I think the season mode where you just like play
as a team. Yeah. Or as your own team. I think you can play as your own team now. Or, I mean, you've been able to for the last few years.
I remember Mike and Keith would do that shit all the time. They literally have. I remember I came over one time and they had 3 different saves of. They're like
different teams. Yeah, I know, dude. Their favorite picks.
And then also like, I remember them like, this one I own this organization, and then this one I own this.
And then, dude, it's funny because Keith is not like super into basketball right now, but he has a fantasy league, I think, for football. Yeah, and he's pretty good at it.
Makes sense.
Yeah. We talked about it a couple times in the last few weeks, but I'm curious, like. We know that, like, what you are, like, I think you made the assumption it would be called something like the Switch Pro. Was that you who said that last? It was you who said it, but was that your...
I think...
You said it, but was it your idea, or did you read it? I can't remember.
I don't remember.
So, basically, that's a good, like, way to assess Nintendo updating the Switch, is basically calling it the Pro. Let's just, like, hypothetically call that for this statement, right?
Yeah.
So they do that. We know they're doing 4K. We know they're probably going to upgrade some of the features, like maybe the light version of this one.
You good?
Yeah, I'm good. The light version of this one, maybe the light version of this one will be able to work on a TV, right?
That'd be dope, and it actually has...
That actually has potential, because that's the big killer for everybody, is if you can't play it on the TV, it's almost like... it's irritating. You're just playing a Game Boy that has a screen. Right? I mean...
we had this argument a few up and down.
Yeah, so... but... Do you want to see from them? Because I have a few things, but like, is there anything that comes to mind? Because like, is it just me, or is it like Nintendo purposely doesn't make enough consoles every time? And they always outsell because their fucking numbers that they produce are like, you knew you were gonna like sell out the first day at that rate. Why didn't you produce quadruple that a unit and overstock stores, and then or prepare a backstock for when? What happened now? Because I've been going to Walmart all the time. They never have Switches. Amazon, people are price gouging right now, paying over $300 for a Switch.
I think the Switch in general, they so Nintendo in general needs to come up with something really more original to catch people's attention. Something like that came out when the Wii came out. Was No More Heroes.
Yeah,
that was original. That was pretty console friendly to what they were doing because you had the saber and you had the motion controls.
They need
they
something
haven't done
like that.
anything. I mean, they're really relying on Zelda and Smash Bros. And I guess
I know,
Mario
Pokemon,
Maker.
and Pokemon now is one that's like
But
hyping people
at this
up.
point, it's like, okay, we have Pokemon Go. We have them on, like, I don't know.
Pokemon Go is still popping too. People still fucking play that game religiously, which is crazy to me. But I get it because I love Pokemon.
I mean, people, it's free, so
yeah. Well,
and people are always
before you need more
something to kill
Pokeballs
time,
and shit.
and there's always gonna be Pokemon fans.
True.
But I guess just to answer what you were saying is they just need to come up with something more original, not like something super unique with their console. Just a new game.
Yeah.
Where it's just like something where it's.
They don't need to keep just redoing features. Yeah. I think is what you're saying. A good game with if they could find their Halo,
exactly,
or like their GTA. They would go a long way. Maybe not their GTA. No. You know what I mean? I'm trying
because they have Mario, they have Zelda, they have Smash Bros.
And those are all killed. Like going back to my first console was playing Mario, Mortal Kombat, those games. But like Nintendo has so many good games: Zelda, Mario, then the kart versions of all their games, which are always insane. Yeah. Smash Brothers, like you said, and now Pokemon.
Well, they really should do something a unique. Metroid, Super Metroid, or Samus.
Yeah, they're trying to make that into a movie right now. They want Brie Larson. Yep, your favorite, bro. Brie Larson wants to do it. She's campaigning for it on her Instagram.
Let me deep throat her, then maybe I'll change my opinion.
Okay, you can maybe be Seamus.
You can be She-Hulk.
She's like, what? God, dude. Cancelled.
But yeah, dude. I don't know. That's my opinion. They have to just make a powerful console and come up with something really more original.
Yeah,
what they're doing now.
I think they need to stop backpedaling a lot because it's like their consoles come out and the idea is just becoming like this.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, we get it. Like, they're getting bigger and better and blah, blah, blah. But, I feel like at this rate, and I know this isn't true, but I feel like at this rate, so I have a 20-inch or a 19-inch in front of me, right? Screen. I feel like
that could be
the next console. You just connect the consoles to it and you're like this.
If it was like 2 pounds, you're just like.
Oh, if it was hella light and the TV could hold itself, then yeah. Meaning it could just float in midair, and I'd be like, then cool.
Or if it was like the next level and it's in your eyes.
Dude, it just
you don't even you just have the
at this rate. They're just gonna now where we're going is they're just gonna link up with fucking Elon Musk, and they're just gonna be like Nintendo. It'll blow your mind, and all the commercials are people getting shot in the face. Yeah, that fucking
shrooms.
You ever done shrooms? This is what it's like. Yeah. Oh man, Mario and the little fucking shroomy come out. No, we're talking about the Nintendo and the way it could go. But anyways, my only improvement would be exactly what you said. They need like a new game and like a new direction.
Some just attract people besides. Cause I'm sure it does fucking marvels or like does wonders and does really amazing, like Japan and like the. But over here, it's just like we have PCs.
Yeah, and for the record, right now, again, there's like they don't have enough Nintendo Switches to sell to people right now.
And
so
also, there's not everybody has a fucking arcade cafe. You know what I mean? Or like serious like gaming cafes or at least out here where we live. Maybe in LA, like the major cities in America, but like you're not gonna see that shit. In
fool's over here licking his butt so loud I can hear it from over here, bro.
He's like, I don't know what's more cotton about, my asshole or my mouth.
That fucking dog is so funny. But No, yeah, I don't know, man. Nintendo. Sorry, I didn't mean to go off of what we're talking about, but I like to hone in on it because I know that the guy who's in charge over there had said like a public statement, like, "Look, we're not doing anything for the 2020, like basically, but 2021 we have an updated Switch model planned and new games." Yeah. Was his exact statement. Like new games are coming out.
We'll just have to hope and see what they're doing.
Yeah, so I want to see 4K, and I want to be able to like, dude, I don't know. I want to see something.
They might be waiting until the Xbox.
They said the beginning of next year.
Yeah, so they're probably waiting until Xbox and.
Yeah, they always do that. Yeah, they usually drop late. Fuckers.
So funny enough, Call of Duty just dropped their new trailer, but it's
for fucking what is it?
Cold War.
Yeah, Cold War.
And
I almost said Civil War. I'm
surprised. I'm honestly surprised there's never been a Call of Duty Civil War, dude.
Dude, there probably is. They have like
a super racist mod of like fucking Call of Duty.
That's so horrible.
I mean, I'm sure they could make something out of it.
I don't know, dude. They do crazy things with Grand Theft Auto, so anything's possible.
But the reason why I brought it up, though, is because this is Treyarch, and it's different from Infinity Ward, which I don't think is in charge of Modern Warfare. Actually, hold on me. So it's in the Infinite Warfare engine.
What? It is? Really? Oh, dude, I might have to get that game. I know how much people hated Infinite Warfare, but yeah, I played that game the most. That and World War II or whatever.
So Activision makes the new Call of Duty. And
did they make the last one?
Treyarch does this one. So Treyarch is the one that does the...
but they made the Infinite Warfare one.
They're the ones that did World War II. They're the ones that pretty much been shitting on the other...
Bro.
So they're literally... So this new Call of Duty that came out...
I might have to buy it.
Remember Advanced Warfare?
Yeah, I do.
So those are the ones...
Oh, it's not Infinite Warfare. It's Advanced Warfare?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. I keep fucking the name up.
It's a IW engine. Let me click on it. Yeah, it's the Call of Duty engine. So pretty much they're using their old engine that they've been using for...
Yeah. But yeah, Will has complained about that. Yeah. And always brought that to our attention. Like, so he's right. Like, they really do. It's like NBA 2K almost does the same thing.
Yes, they do.
But what they do is they get the old engine and they just like tweak a couple things, and it's
all they're able to do is just put more fans in the arena without the game slowing down.
I know, it's like, dude, if I wanted to do this, I would play Dead Rising or something.
Yeah.
Like,
they're really banking on their zombies, to like kind of take over, and hope. Like, I feel like they're hoping that the zombies are what people buy this. But zombies on COD, I really feel like they're just trying to use this as their only jumping point. Well, whereas you look at Modern Warfare, it's going to be hard to compete with that because
it's pretty legendary.
Well, not only that, you have it's Modern Warfare. It's a remastered of one of the best Call of Duties ever.
Yeah.
A brand new engine that kind of competes, doesn't make the Frostbite engine. It's not as good as that, but it's way better than what Cold War Modern Call of Duty is going to use, the engine.
Yeah.
And well, since we're talking about drinking and weird experiences and luck and bad luck, what about the shrooms we took, bro? The other last weekend.
Haven't talked about it.
Yeah, we haven't.
Oh shit! And I'll give you some videos from my phone. Maybe you can maybe you can take out the audio and put it in the center or some shit.
So I guess just to explain what happened was we recorded last week's episode or episode that before this one, and after we recorded, we're talking about taking shrooms and doing all this stuff. And
like we just finished recording, and Ben was like, "Oh, so do you want to do those?" And I was already on the.
You were on edge, bro.
Yeah,
You're like,
I don't know.
Maybe not. If you want to take them, go ahead.
Yeah, I was like, my first time I got really sick. I don't know if I'm gonna do them today. I was making excuses, like bullshit excuses to cop out, basically. And like, go on.
But I was just gonna say, a fire happened literally like right down the street, and
which you got a good video of at least the glow. Yeah.
And fucking. The power went out, and when the power went out, we ended up doing some shrooms.
Ben literally was like, "So, how about some shrooms?"
Yeah, I mean, it was the perfect time, and It
was because immediately I was like, "Yep." Like, what are we gonna do for the next? I'd rather trip.
I know, right?
Yeah.
For the next few hours. So how was your trip, dude? I wanna.
Dude, that trip was hella good from start to finish.
It was
like,
hella fun.
Yeah, like my body was more used to the the effects of them because of after doing one one other time, one other time. I'm not seasoned or anything. I'm not seasoned. So it was hella. I was annoyed at first with the power, and then again, you remember later in the night, I was annoyed after the power, but that's later. Dude, it was hella chill, and the peak moment for me because I took a little less than a significant amount less than you did.
Yeah.
Just because I have a low tolerance. Ben's not this awesome guy.
I was able to take a lot more.
Hey, dude, he would have, and we almost did. If the power had, dude, if think about that, if we did, and you were like forced to sit here for a second longer, the power would have came on. We'd have been like, Halo.
Dude, I know. I was thinking about that too. Dude, so you know what's crazy though is, I remember because you lit the candle and you put it in here, and and we were sitting out on the porch, and fucking the candle glow when you turn the lights off, and you kind of get the flicker, like the kind of like from the fire, the flame itself. We were both looking at the sky. We're like, we're looking at each other, being like, "Wait, that's coming from the inside the house. That's not happening in the sky now, right?"
Dude, that was like the headlights that would for some reason flash up on the top thing.
Yeah,
and we would be like,
we'd have to look at each other too, just to make sure, like,
I know we'd both look up and then be like. And then we knew. Right? Yeah. That shit was hella funny, dude. Like another cool thing though was both you and another friend of mine pointed this out. Like the power went out almost like at the perfect time to let like one of us know that we needed to disconnect, or both of us. And you said it that night. You were like, "Dude, I so needed to just like get away from everything." So
it was a perfect opportunity, I swear.
Yeah, so I bring up that because another cool thing like that happened. Being out there, just chilling on this deck, no power, we have a candle going in the house. We're sitting on the deck, literally like looking out on the driveway and looking at the stars, looking at the trees, like looking at everything, right? Talking, waiting for the trip to come up. Because all the power was out, and then basically my city, the city next to me, and the other city around me, that's how close these cities are. It's basically like a bunch of small towns is what it really should be. Because all that power was out. We had a fucking fantastic view of the sky. Yeah. Because of no electricity. Like, dude, that shit was nuts because me and you both said it at separate times. I wish next time we do it, we got to just put cameras on and film. Yeah. Like right at the peak. Yeah. Because we both said it at separate times was when we were like, dude, I feel like we can see every star.
That was the best.
Dude.
It literally looked like a spider web.
We were both like, I was like, and then remember when we discovered the other side of the house? We looked up and we were like, oh, you did the same thing before me. You went over there and you're like, oh shit. And I was like, what's up? And then you walked. Yeah, and you walked over and we were just talking. And then I did it at the end of our trip and I was like, what the fuck?
It was crazy though, just to see it like that.
How was your peak? Like, how was your highest moment? Because you took your set, and then you took like one or two more after, just to like keep your peak going. How was your peak during that, or peaks?
So, the very, very peak is, I think, I literally was sitting, because we were both, you're sitting on the chairs out there, and I was sitting on the little North Star or whatever was out there. Yeah. And fucking, it was literally, at the peak was in the middle, because you have a little telephone thing on the top of your in your house, like going down like the telephone wire or whatever, or the electrical wire. It was lined up with it. I just remember being like, I can't tell if I'm peaking or if this is just aligned perfectly.
I remember that, dude.
And there's one thing though I want to tell you though is the whole time or most of the time I really wanted to throw up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude.
Is that how you felt?
Dude. Okay. I didn't explain this, so a little teaser. I have a song coming out where I talk about my first 2 trips on mushrooms, right? once with a friend of mine, and once with this guy right here, who's not a friend of me. No, he's not a friend of me. Yeah, he's not a friend of me. No, I'm just kidding. But no, I'm just playing. But I talk about those two trips on the song, and the song's actually super catchy. It's fucking dope. But my first time, I was having sex before the peak.
Oh yeah, that's what you told me.
Yeah, and like right when they hit the peak for me. Oh, even thinking about that gave me like a little head rush. That's funny. Not because of sex, but like, yeah, this is the first time. Shh, dude. Shh. And dude, it was like the bed didn't exist around me, dude. It was so like it. Imagine going blind, but you're blind just looking at somebody, and it was like I kept trying to look away, and I'd see things, but I'd be like, no. I'm just having a head rush, and I'd keep going and going, and like, dude, as soon as I stood up, I was like, I'm gonna throw up so much right now, bro. Like, and fucking, I went and I did my thing, and I threw up, and I was like, dude, this is fucking horrible at first, and I threw up probably. She was saying it was for 20 to maybe 30 minutes. Ooh. So, but it wasn't constantly. It wasn't constantly. It was like, I would literally get up, and I realized that.
You probably went back like 2 or 3 times.
Maybe 4 times, maybe. Oof. But one of them was a dry heave because and like
that's even worse.
But I was smart because every time I came back in, I would tell her, I'd be like, I know that I shouldn't do this, but my body is I know that I don't want to do this, but my body's telling me drink water, and I just would drink like a little bit of water, and then fucking the best thing happened. The peak started to level out, like chill out.
That's good. That's
good. And fucking I went to go throw up one last time, and I threw up, and then that was the moment that I was like, hold up, wait. And I looked in the toilet bowl, and I said it in the song. Remember, I was like, I just threw up a rainbow. And like I remember sitting there like for a second, and for a second before I felt sick again, I felt fucking amazing. And then I was like, oh wait, I'm on shrooms. And I stood up and I looked in the mirror, and I was like, oh man, I'm so high, and my eyes were just red, and I was all sweaty and then I went and laid down, and then all of a sudden I was like fucking mad chill. And then like the next thing I had said after saying, I don't think I should do these, like I don't like these at all, was, oh, I see why people like these. Dude, I instantly was in this blanket just like.
That was the funny, when you told me that story, I thought that was hilarious.
Oh, dude, it was so good, bro. Yeah, that was the first time. So for you to say you were feeling sick, that's what you were saying, right? That you were feeling sick the second time to an extent, or felt like throwing up. I knew that you weren't feeling well for a second at least. You still handled your trip like a beast. Because
I just knew if I fucking
when you went to the bathroom, and I was
knew
like,
if I threw up, I was like, you're gonna throw up.
No, because in the beginning, yes. In the beginning, maybe, but when me and you just were chilling on the deck, when we were starting to peak up, but we weren't talking about it yet. Because remember, I remember you were like, oh, it's kind of just started like coming up, but you're like the last few, the last few minutes are kind of getting interesting, or something like that. I felt that I was feeling that way for a little bit too, like a residual feeling coming up. I mean, a feeling coming up, but slowly, and fucking. As soon as we just started getting into like stories and like talking about interesting shit, I was like, I'm gonna be fine. Like, this is way better than feeling sick for the first 20 minutes like last time. And I also took them with way more water. Last time I chewed them and ate them, and so with the water
definitely helped. You know what's funny though is
and we went through literally like 7 bottles of water each in 3 hours, dude.
Did you happen to like catch the smell of any of those water bottles?
No. Why?
So when I left, because I had my water bottle outside, and
oh no,
my bad. But no, I didn't drink it, and I was like, what? I didn't start tripping again. But,
oh, you mean like the lips?
Yeah.
Oh shit! So, no, what? So it was a shit.
No. It might as well have been though, because So I grabbed the water bottle when I was leaving because that night I left, and I wanted to explain that whole thing after this. But that night I left. The next day I was cleaning out my car and I was like throwing stuff away, and I was like, "Oh, this water bottle." And I opened it up. I was like, and I poured it out. But when I opened it up, it smelled like fucking like shit.
Was it unopened?
No, it was.
It was one of the ones you drank.
It was the one I was drinking.
Oh shit! I did not dare to smell my bottles. I would have been.
I didn't smell it. I just opened it and poured it out, and then I was gonna throw it in the recycling. But like as I poured it out, I opened it up, and I was just like, as I was throwing it away, I was like, what the fuck was that smell? And I was like, oh shit! It's probably from the shrooms.
Maybe, yeah, maybe.
Let me tell you about that drive home, buddy. The most unnecessarily drive home
ever.
While I was coming down from shrooms. So, let me
setting real quick. Power goes out. We come down. It's been like we both took, for our sizes, small doses. No matter how we're making it sound, we in reality took much smaller doses than you listeners at home are used to hearing people talk about, right? So our trip only lasted like a few hours. After the few hours,
regular shrooms,
like
3 to 4 hours.
Yeah, well, if you take a good amount though, it's up to like 6 to like 8. And I just can't, like, that was not our trip. Like by the time you left, we both were like, oh, I still feel something, but it's not like mind altering.
So you took about a gram. I took about like
I didn't take a gram. I took 0.8.
So 0.8.
Yeah,
and I took
0.7. Yeah,
a little bit more. So I took like 0.5, 0.7 or something.
Yeah,
remember? Yeah. So.
Yeah, something like in between 1.3 and 1.7.
It was like
it started out as 1.3. I know that for sure.
Yeah, it was. I was at.
And you added what?
0.5.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So it was almost 2 grams of shrooms. We after about like half an hour, I took the 0.5 afterwards, and like we told the story about our shroom trip, but
oh yeah, we were talking about the whatchamacallits too. That's right. I forgot because you've done it a few times. Well, not a few times.
Well,
like a handful.
Well, I was just saying after the end of our trip, we started. We both came down. We're like,
oh, you mean? I'm
yeah,
sorry.
Yeah.
I misunderstood. I apologize.
So we at the end of the trip, we were just like, yeah, you put on Family. We started watching it, and then we both were like looking up what was going on with the local stuff, and
the power's off. We're watching it on a device.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the power what I looked up, it was like power's off could be a couple of days before power goes on.
That's how it felt too. Yeah, that's how it felt.
And I felt normal at the time. So
basically, let me put it this way. Hold on.
We
Dude, Ben.
didn't drink. We had like 2 beers.
Dude, Ben, my fucking power went out, and my best friend was like, "Yo, I can't stay for this. You're on your own," and left. No, I'm just kidding. That's not what happened.
I shouldn't have. Honestly, even when I left, I was like, I shouldn't have left. Like,
yeah.
Even when I got
That's
home.
not what happened, by the way. I'm just kidding.
Dude, when I got home, I made fucking top ramen, and I ate it, and I was like, this is the worst top ramen. I just felt like I shouldn't have left. Like,
dude, I know because I had the chicken breasts.
And you're like, that was so good.
Dude, I dominated it, bro. Like, but for the record, me and you both hadn't eaten in some time that day, and we were both hella hungry. Not hella, we were hungry before we took the shrooms, but to a manageable level. Afterwards, like, dude, I was uncontrollably hungry. I was like,
see, I was the opposite. I was hungry, but when I ate, I was so disappointed. I was
you should have just tried microdosing a little smaller.
Probably. So this drive home though, dude. So power's out. We're heading home. I got in my car, and I was leaving, and apparently like 5 minutes after I left, the power went out. So I was like, what the fuck? But I'm not gonna lie. Right when so the power was all out, I went to the stop sign and down the street, went onto the freeway, and then when I was on the freeway, I saw hella construction going on, and I was like, oh shit. But when I was driving, that was a fucking trip, dude. You know when you watch, like, you put on like a scary story video or something, and it's just like the freeway, and then you just see a light.
Yeah.
And nothing. That's how it felt.
Oh shit.
That's how it felt the whole fucking time. Dude.
Oh my god. It's just like
yeah, it really was. And then there's like rounding on the freeway, somebody came up hella close to me with their brights and shit. And I got terrified because I was like, oh, great, this is the fucking cops.
Oh, you even drink more that night?
Nah, dude.
Dude, I drank. I was like, and it fucking, dude, I had such a chill time for like,
dude, I should have stayed, dude.
2
I
hours.
know.
I'm not trying to make it seem
I'm
like
just
that.
saying, because I remember
like,
thinking back, I got home, I was like, what? Like, I don't know.
No, dude, I didn't blame you because for everybody listening, I was the one that first brought it up I was like, if you do want to leave and you were already like packing stuff up and you were like, I think I am. And I was like, yeah, dude, don't trip. That was exactly what I said to you. But it just was bad luck that it turned on.
I know. This drive was an experience, though, dude, because I remember, everything was going good, and I just remember there's construction happening. And I told you this. I called you when I got home, but I remember it literally just funneled you into a one-lane way. And I just remember there was, like, 3 cars that were, like, we're all driving at the same pace, and they all slowed down and took the exit.
Oh, yeah.
And fucking...
You felt like you were...
So, like, there's literally, like, so it's a 2-lane highway, and there's, like, 5 cars where I'm driving, and I'm, like, in the middle. And then all of a sudden, the 4 cars all get into the right exit, and they exit off. And I'm driving, and fucking... there's a truck in front of me, like a big-ass, like, construction truck in front of me.
I'm just remembering the story.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden, there's brights behind me, and it slows down, and... all of a sudden, I'm driving through this fucking traffic area with just cones, literally.
Oh shit!
Like if I swerve a little, you know what I mean. There's cones in the lane, so if I fuck up, I fuck up.
Yeah, it's noticeable somebody fucked up.
All of a sudden, I drive by, like everybody exits off. I drive by, I fall in this truck, and then I drive by the cops and everything, and then I just see construction people, and I start thinking. Nobody's behind me. The truck that was behind me just pulled over, and the truck that's in front of me is going, and there's construction going on for hella long. I shit you not, dude. It was probably only like 5 minutes, but it literally felt like 30 minutes. And I was in my head being like...
That's how you know you're still
I'm in the construction zone. If they pull me over, they'll be like, what the fuck you doing? And like, how did you miss that? Like, that exit to get like the detour.
Yeah, you almost went right off this cliff. If that would have happened,
all of that was going.
Oh, that was all I wanted. You're like but you don't know even the time though. So it could have been 5, like you said, 5 minutes.
Exactly.
That's exhausting.
So I was driving, and then
I see,
and then finally it ends. The construction zone ends, and fucking. The truck gets over, and I go, and when I'm start going, I'm like, hey, good, now it's home free from here. But this is where it was trippy, dude. I swear it was like up and down, because sometimes when I was driving, it'd be so dark, and I swear it'd be like, if this turn, like, it literally was like, am I gonna drive off? Like, I'm just gonna drive like, I swear that happened like 10 times, dude. Where I was like,
but would you qualify that? Your experience from here to home, was it positive or negative? Like the overall. Some of it was better than more others, I'm sure.
But got home, I guess it was good. So I guess it was positive. But
yeah,
I definitely wish I just would have stayed.
Yeah.
Well, not only the fact
you have a bug near. It's just a flying bug. Yeah.
Not only the fact that I was still kind of feeling the shrooms, but the fact that I should just stayed, you know, because it's like would have been the I guess the safer option, but that shit was a trip, dude. I went to the skate park like the next day, and I went at night, and I swear when I drove, I was like, what the fuck? Like I had to get used to it because I swear my brain was still like, this is still shroom trip, but then after a while, I kind of got used to it. But it was
I'm excited to do them again, but I have to like give myself some time. I don't want to build up a tolerance to those fucking things, but I do want to do it again. I mean, not if I have them or whatever, we can do them or whatever. But I'm definitely gonna do a trip alone, and I'm like super stoked about it. Like just like because you know me, I'm a homebody. Like I like just to be right here, just exactly like this. Yeah. Like this is me. But yeah, that shroom trip was hella chill. It was hella just like kickback, kosher. Like
it was a good one.
It was good for the first, like I said, 3.5, 4 hours, and then the fucking at the end, and even you were getting this way at the end when I was bringing it up, and it was my fault because I kept bringing it up, but I was like, I'm getting fucking tired of the power being off. Like I want to go in and play games.
Well, I mean,
as childish as I sound right now.
we should have just took one more, and then all of a sudden the power goes back. And we're like, whoa.
Well, we brought that up too.
Yeah.
We thought about it. We were like, do we just want to take one more, and then get so wore out that we called it a night? Like,
yeah. Honestly, I felt kind of because when I got home, I did throw up.
Oh, did you? Yeah. That. I'm glad that like I said, that the microdosing for me is like, I get why the first time I got sick I brought it up earlier, right? Like, but this time it was almost like the amount was perfect, and like my shit wasn't too crazy, but there was the moments of looking at the sky for me whereas I literally, it was like you said, you were describing it as a web, and for me it felt like curvature that shouldn't be there. And I was like super like, what the fuck? I'm seeing new depths right now. And like it really felt like that. So my trip with you was fucking super chill, and my first trip was super chill too. Just the first 20-30 minutes was a little rough, but it was my first time. So but you throwing up makes like it makes sense, because you took an amount that like even I was like
well, I got home and I was feeling fine, and I went outside to smoke a bowl, and I just like took a hit, and I was just like, I started coughing. I was like, oh, I don't feel good, and I was just like,
you're like, that's too much.
But it was like, it was weird because it was hella.
You just were like right there, and you just all right.
It was weird though, because I swear I threw up some of the shrooms, so I was like, damn.
Well, dude, that's what I did when I threw up.
Yeah.
When I threw up the first time, fucking dude.
Oh yeah.
Fucker. Tried to use the force. That's what I did when I threw up. I had stir fry with jalapenos, so I had thrown up a little bit of the jalapeno, like water, like, you know what I mean, juice. But
Rainbows.
like, yeah, no, it was my throat. It was like jalapenos. They weren't that hot going down, and then then that girl, my homegirl, was like, "Oh shit, I forgot the shrooms. I'm gonna go get them." And I was like, "Dude, no, you get to go back all the way out there." And I'm like, "Nah, bro." And she goes, "No, I want to do shrooms tonight." So she went and got them. And fucking, it like an hour, 2 hours went by. Like 2 hours, and I thought I would have digested that. And I didn't throw up anything else but the shrooms and beer.
Yeah.
But I wasn't drinking after I did the shrooms. Like, as soon as she came over with them, I stopped drinking just like we did, and I waited like 30 minutes, or maybe even 45. And I took 0.8. Like, it was nothing. And it just that.
That's still enough, though, dude, honestly.
If you never experienced them, if you're like me, tolerance for drugs for me is I have a high metabolism, so my body literally burns through that shit.
Do you think everybody should experience it?
No, because I wasn't. If I wasn't ready, just a few months ago, I didn't get to a point till for recently. You're all clogged up.
Yeah, hell bad.
Allergies. Yeah, allergies. Out here, there's been a lot of pollen in the air in the morning. Like, you can literally see it, like clusters of it float. You'll see it if hopefully we don't wake up early enough.
But I was gonna say, I think honestly, I think everybody should experience some kind of psychedelic.
Some kind, yes. Yeah. Maybe not shrooms,
or to the extent that we took them, but.
No, you took them, but yeah. I took a good amount. I recommend everybody who's watching this take a amount that is like seems manageable, even if it's only one, or even if it's only a cap. Just to be safe. Like,
it's a good one. Honestly, I think shrooms is something people should.
It's one of my favorites. I'll be honest now. Like, I have weed, and then weed's my only good one. My only good vice. Alcohol and tobacco is fucking horrible, but like weed is definitely what my like always gonna be like a
top.
Yeah, like something that like I look at with a lot of respect, you know. But shrooms really came in there, and I'm like, oh shit, because like once you get through that point when it's the peak, when it's too much. In other words, when it's too much, like. You really get to a place where it's like, oh shit, this is like
it's next level, but it's not to the point where it's like
it's not like you're on another planet. Yeah, you're just like in another fucking. I have Benadryl if you want it. I'll make you sleepy. You should be. Yeah. This full ass COVID over here, man. God damn it.
Well, I just came back from Frisco. And
I didn't think about that. Ugh.
They say it doesn't matter. So. But I guess we've been recording for 2 hours, so you want to
cut it off? Yeah.
We could
do an outro.
I have a couple WIRs.
Let's do this damn thing, bruh.
So would you rather be able to or
clearly
Would you rather be able to swim in molten lava or like frozen ice cold water? Either way you survive and you're able to get through it. And swim like
Dude,
water.
that's such a good one. I didn't when you first said the molten lava one, I was like, where's he going with this? Dude. You, in both options, get to explore basically uncharted, untapped territory. Like,
yep. With no repercussions to your body.
All right, I'm gonna go. Damn it! I just realized that if you chose freezing water, you might have the chance of surviving in space.
At least in some planets, yeah.
Just in whatever's the if you might be if anybody had a chance, I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You might be able to evolve yourself to survive in space. If you could survive in the coldest waters.
Possibly, yeah.
Maybe not, but possibly, you said. So I like the odds. The reason that I was going to say lava, though, because that was my first choice, was to go to the core of the Earth.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I wrote down the lava suggestion.
Yeah, what was that? Was that yours or what's yours?
I would have done the lava one to be able to just swim in molten lava, just...
Oh, yeah, dude, because... Oh, I go lava, because then we could go into the sun.
Maybe not that hot. That's...
I go freezing water. No, because the freezing water could be a trick. It could just be an ice bath.
Wrong with any of them,
no, you can't, dude, because, yeah, you have potential for both.
So, I guess the lava, though?
Yeah, lava for me, both. Yeah, for both of us, I'm sure.
All right. Would you rather be Seamus, the dude from... Okay, would you rather be Seamus
Metro?
or greased up death guy from Family Guy? Seamus is the one with the peg, the legs, the arms and legs.
The sailor.
The peg arms and legs.
The sailor, yeah.
And then greased up death guy is the guy who can't hear, but everybody's trying to grab him. And
oh, yeah.
So you're constantly trying to run from everybody and be like, I can't hear you. Get away from me.
Dude, I'd be greased up fucking guy, dude. What the fuck, dude? I'd go into a bank.
Seamus with...
Yeah, dude, Seamus ain't robbing no
and
banks.
Your wife is a tree. No, just kidding. I think that's something
I pick Seamus. No, I'm just kidding. That's such a better bet.
It is a pretty tough one. But yeah, I think greased up death guy.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, because you have a chance to get away. He usually does.
Right. All right, so this one's kind of a curveball. Let me.
I'll drink to that. I'll drink to curved balls.
All right. Live on an island alone, where everybody knows you, or live in a city with 1 million people that nobody knows you exist.
None. I refuse to answer trick questions. They're both like the same thing.
Live on an island alone where everybody knows you.
Yeah. You live all alone and there's nobody there. Or you live all alone and there's nobody there. So say the question one more time and I'll answer it.
Live on an island alone.
Okay, stop. Now say the next one.
Or live in a city with 1 million people, but nobody knows you.
Dude, it's just me with my wanting to be alone thing. I'd rather live on an island where there's nobody there and I could just chill.
On an island, yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'd choose the city, though.
Yeah, because there's 1 million people there and you're just like, that's just like living in Sacramento.
I would, yep. I would just be like hella in and out, like, who's
I like that.
Like,
I like how that question's worded.
Who ate my fucking sandwich? I don't know.
That question, when you said it, I was like, this fool's pulling some trickery. I was like, what the fuck? Yeah, I was like, he like pinched my brain just now.
I just thought of something hella stupid, and I was like, you know what? This would be kind of funny to say.
Fuck yeah, dude.
But that's pretty much it. Fucking
flies hovering around you.
Don't let this fly hover around you like everything else. But
Hadouken!
But what you got for Halloween, bro? What you doing for?
Recording, reactions, music.
Any special Halloween edition?
I've been thinking about it. I had some merchandise design that I told you about earlier that's probably not gonna. I probably don't want to do now because it's like too far in the month. It's already the 23rd. But I want to do something with my reactions for Halloween. I'll probably just like
a Halloween song.
What?
He did the Monster Mash. Dude, this song is fucking good.
Yeah. And he did the mash. No, fuck that.
Frankenstein.
He did the. Oh shit, bro. No. No. I did have merch designed that I'm just gonna wait to do until next year. That I'm gonna probably postpone. But I am working on that new merch. But for Halloween, like coming up, it's gonna be the same thing that we always do out here, Pinky. Trying to take over the world, bruh.
Hey.
What about you? What are you doing?
Not doing much. Probably just maybe carve some pumpkins and.
That sounds dope.
Yeah.
Hey, that sounds dope. You should film it.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, put in little funny clips.
Thank you so much for having me over, dude. Really appreciate it. It's always so much fun coming out here and recording.
Hell yeah! I wish this fly wasn't like hovering around right now. Pissing
We'll get
me
rid
off.
of this motherfucker in a little bit, but I really appreciate it. Always, like I said, dude, appreciate you having me over here. Hella fun.
You're always
recording.
welcome here.
Thank
Always
you so
welcome
much.
here.
Happy Halloween to everybody. Don't forget to check out Colt Cannon's channel. Link in the description.
Hey.
Like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. You guys have a good one.
Shnerd.
Cast out. Happy
Shnerdcast.
Halloween.
Happy Halloween, just in case.